All right, what's up, Rolling Hill 6th grade HVA? We are looking at Wednesday's math assignment, December 9th. And yes, it is a color by number. And no, you are not too old to color by number. Now, you're not just going to be coloring the numbers, you're actually going to be working out your expressions to determine what color you will color each number. Okay? So, if you look down here, you see Santa and a turkey. So I guess they're kind of talking about the changes of the holidays. But you notice numbers in each one of them. Now, don't just assume that Santa's coat's going to be red. It could be a shake-up for you guys, and you may get a coat that's not red. So you need to work out your equation so that you can understand how to color it effectively. Okay, so I'm going to pull my Santa to the side, and we're going to look at our worksheet. I'm going to do probably 2 on each column just to give you a good understanding, and then we're going to move it on. So let's start at this column here. I hope you guys can see that. So once again, we're using variables to find our expression, and our variables have a value, a numerical value. So M is going to represent 2, and N is going to represent 4. Now, Miss Heard does not really write big, and a lot of times I can just write on, work out my problems on a sheet of paper, but there's not much space here for some of these equations, so I may really just kind of use my scratch sheet of paper to give you a better understanding, okay? All right, so number 1 says 2n plus 2m. Okay, and I'm going to write PEMDAS over here because I need us not to forget that we are going to be using PEMDAS. Okay, and once again, PEMDAS is parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. And remember, we can do multiplication and division, whatever comes first in the equation, and the same for addition and subtraction. Okay, all right, so I'm going to rewrite my equation using my variable values. So 2 times 4 plus 2 times 2. Remember, if I put them in parentheses, it represents multiplication. When you see a number next to a variable, that also represents multiplication. Okay, so 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. My answer is going to be 12 when I add them together. So I am going to be coloring all of my number 1s white. Okay, so that's how that works. Anytime I see the number 1, I'm going to color that white. And if it makes it easier, you can just kind of write in what color it is right there, so you don't have to kind of scroll over to see. Okay, so let's go ahead and do number 2. Number 2 is m times 0. Okay, that's not an O, that's a 0. So when I fill in my equation, m represents 2, so 2 times 0, which essentially is 0, because anything times 0 is going to be 0, which means I'm going to be coloring all of my number 2s green. And I'm going to write that there so I know exactly what I'm coloring. Okay. Before I even start coloring, it's probably easier, not probably, it makes more sense to work out all of my equations, but once again, this is your work, so you can do it however you so choose. Me, I said I was going to do 2 from each column, so I'm going to work out all of my 4 equations before I even do any coloring, okay? Once again, we're going to look at PEMDAS. Do not forget parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division simultaneously, whatever comes first, and addition and subtraction, whatever comes first in the equation, okay? And when I say that, I mean that you don't have to always do multiplication first if division is first in the equation. That is how you get incorrect answers when you don't follow the proper PEMDAS rules, all right? All right, A equals 5. B equals 3, and C equals 12. So I'm going to plug in my equations, okay? For 11, it says 2A plus 2B plus 2C. All right, so 2 times 5 plus 2 times 3 plus 2 times 12. Okay? So I have 10 plus 6 plus 24. And then we're just going to add them all together. Okay? 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 plus 24 will give me 40. So I'm going to color all 11s red. Okay? And lastly, I'm going to work on this 12. 12 is pretty easy, guys. Like, literally, it's probably one of the easiest equations on this particular worksheet. I'm going to slide this over. Okay, so we have C times 2. C is 12, so I have 12 times 2. And that's going to give me 24. And 24 is pink, so I'm going to cover all of my 12s pink. Okay? Now, this is when I actually get to pull out my crayons and do some coloring. Okay, if you know Miss Heard, then you know she enjoys coloring. Sorry for all the zoom in, just trying to get us a good spot here. So I'm going to pull over my Santa picture. It said all of my ones are white. So honestly, I'm not even going to color anything that's one. I'm just going to leave it white since my paper is already white. Okay. And then it says all of my twos are going to be green. So I'm going to find my green crayon. Do I have a green crayon in this box? Whew. I don't even know if I have a green crayon in this box. Feel like my son has taken over my box of crayons. But that's okay. I am going to imagine that I have green and color. My twos will be green. So this 2 I will color green. I'm trying to see if there's any other twos on the paper, and it doesn't look like it. Look like just this one would be green. Okay. Now 11s are red. I do have a red or close to it. So I'm gonna find my 11s. I am looking. Oh, and see, I told you the suit probably wouldn't be that 11 red that you thought so. So here's my 11 here. It is my turkey little gobble thing. That is red, so I'll color that red. And my 12s are pink. Find a 12. Here's a 12, and I will color this pink. And you're just going to do that for all of your questions and all the things that you need to do, okay, guys? If you have any questions, you can call me. Real easy, guys. 256-513-8064 or email me at rheardhixon.rheshva@gmail.com. Okay? Happy coloring. Okay, guys? All right. Bye.